Welcome back to my creative chronic life, and today I am back with a very first episode of a series called Proof of Life. I decided that I wanted to shift my sharing and planning in 2026 to something that's a little bit more personal. I have this everyday kind of carry-on planner, which is the Kaku TN planner from Kolourcafe. I've already decorated it, set it up off camera, and today I thought we could come on and I could share what the setup's like, what I'll be using it for, and also just a general update. As it's been a while since I've posted, I think I posted just before Christmas and then I took some time off and I had a scheduled video go out, and this is officially my first video of 2026. So happy new year. I think what we will do is talk a little bit about the planner first, and then maybe in between we can talk about just general health updates, plans for 2026, and moving forward what I'll be sharing on my channel. I had a wonderful time resting over the holidays, and I actually had a really big birthday whilst I was away. I turned 40 and have this beautiful kind of flask that says 40 and fabulous, of course. And in fact, as I'm filming this, it's still warm. I've had it in that flask for over an hour now, and it's absolutely boiling hot. So if you're looking for one of these, it's actually a gift from Amazon. I don't have the link for it because it was a gift that was sent to me. So having a big birthday really put things into perspective. I took some time off just to rest and recuperate and think about what I wanted from 2025. Well, maybe I should stop saying 2025, 2026. Whether it was goals, targets, aspirations, dreams, all of the things above. The main thing I think I decided that I wanted to do was have some time to be able to really think about what I wanted and also pick and choose my planners for 2026. Even though I had like an ecosystem, I did like mind mapping, I still wasn't 100% sure. But this planner here is something of a little bit of a labor of love. I really love the chocolate brown cover. And as you can see here on the back, it's this beautiful chocolate brown, and that really inspired me to have a sort of coffee themed planner. Now the front cover is plastic, so you can pick that up from Kolourcafe as well, and then all of the decorations I've either purchased from Etsy or it was from a previous Kolourcafe edit box or this year's edit box, so pretty much used what I've already had at home. Now you can remove the front cover because I didn't want it to be that I would be stuck to one cover. If I wanted to change it out throughout the middle of the year, I could do so, but I really love how it turned out. This fashion girl holding a cup of coffee, bows, florals, a croissant, just combined. I just thought it was absolutely stunning. It's really made me want to keep picking up my planner over and over again. Now here on the back, I actually haven't decorated it. I wanted to keep the brown kind of leather chocolate brown showing, and of course there's a quote what kaku means on the back, which I think is always wonderful. I really wanted this cover to feel like myself, and each time I look at the cover, for it to remind me of what I would like my 2026 to be like. Even though there's the subtle flowers, the ladder, the coffee, all of that really holds for me is peace, calm, and really trying to stay focused on what is important, which for me is self-care. Now I'm not sure whether I've shared this before, but I'm currently on a semi-bed rest. I got some bad news at the back end of last year, and I've just been trying to process this, but having a planner that has a beautiful cover like this really helps me stay focused and reminds me of what's important, even though I'm going through a difficult time. Now, even though we've got the plastic cover on the planner, it still sometimes needs to be pushed down. It's almost when you turn the planner or through the pages, the cover tends to lift up a little bit, which is fine. It only takes a second or so. And I'm presuming as we get through the planner, it'll start to even out and soften. The leather will soften, the plastic will soften. And I'm just showing here that all the flowers I've used and all the elements and things like that. Then we turn over to this page. This was meant to be a sort of main page, but I decided against that. I used some of the leftover stickers from the front of the planner, like the coffee at the top and the bottom, and again I really leaned into the coffee shop. If anybody knows me, they know that one of my favorite things to do was go to a coffee shop, switch off my phone, purchase a book, take time looking for a book, and then go get a coffee and just read and maybe have lunch or whatnot, and just really have a day to myself, and it really helped me center myself. So this is what I decided that I wanted this cover to feel like. Some of the elements are new from the 2026 Advent calendar, and others I've just purchased off Etsy and printed out myself. I think it's gorgeous. We straight start off with the monthly calendar. There is a page in between which I've glued together, and this is again all of the items, majority are from Kolourcafe. I think maybe except for the weekday covers are from Stick with Kate and the date dots are from Little Bloom Peapery. Everything else is either this year or last year's sticker advent or an edit box or something from Kolourcafe. I love how it turned out. I'm not sure if I want to decorate in terms of, do I do to-do lists, do I do planning appointments, do I do, I don't know, something I'm grateful for, do I just mark down what I've been happy about? I'm not quite sure what I really want this monthly section to be, and that's only because I've got, so in my health plan I've got grateful, gratitude, that pretty much is about appointments and things like that. This planner so far has really been about journaling and purchases so far, and I'll talk about that bit more about that in a moment, but I'm not quite sure what I really want it to be. So the rest of the month are obviously the monthly calendar sections, and then with it being an undated planner, we jump straight into the daily sections. With it being a TN size, you've got a lot of space. Here at the top, I purchased the monthly date calendar bit from Kolourcafe, so I'm pretty much set for the first year. There's enough space to where it fits in that blank space in between at the top, and all I've decided to do is just journal my thoughts, the day, how it went. I used my Kolour frosted fine fountain pen in the colour caramel brown, and I love how it turns out. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best of writing, it's not perfect, but I didn't want it to be. I don't want to focus on perfect or my perception of perfect. I just want to focus on getting words down, getting thoughts down. I did actually pre-plan and use like all of the stickers from the washi tape from advent calendars and things like that, just because I wanted to make sure it set myself up to not fail. Because if something wasn't decorated, I don't have to have it decorated, mind. Something wasn't decorated, I really didn't want it to be, oh, when it's not decorated I've got to sit down and decorate and then do it. So I decided to do a couple of weeks worth of decorations, again all from Kolourcafe, mostly from advents. At the first section here I've just done some journaling, and at the bottom I decided to add purchases. I do have a couple of blank pages which I will go back to, and the reason why I'm doing purchases is because I've realised that my mood really correlates with how I spend. Being disabled, being pretty much housebound, having autoimmune conditions means I don't shop like an average person. What it means is I have to purchase online, which means it's a click of a finger. That's all it takes. Click of a finger, go on, search, purchase, buy. And I'm really trying to stop that from happening. I'm just sharing here now that we have a kind of writing board here which works really well. It's squares as well as floral, so if you need to write on a line you can, and if you don't, you don't. With this setup as well, it's quite easy. You've got lines at the bottom, plain at the blank, so you can pretty much decorate or decide to plan how you want. Moving forward, I may just plan to-do lists at the top and maybe purchases, and then leave the bottom section for journaling. I've made it quite versatile for myself in terms of decorating, keeping it quite minimal. I do really love how it's all turned out with the browns and the beige and the creams. This washi tape actually is from Salam Creative, and the one after is from Coffee Monsters Co. So again, I'm pretty much using what I've already got at home. I really have an itch to purchase some, what is it, washi tape that's like checkered and loads of different browns, but instead pre-Christmas I'd already bought a checkered digital set which you can print out, so I think I might be using that. So the reason why I'm adding the purchases is I want to check if it correlates with my mood, which so far I know it does. I also want this to be somewhere that's versatile. If I need to, I can pop it in my handbag. If I don't, I can make sure I just journal at home. This is my everyday carry-on. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? An everyday carry-on planner. I've tried to stick to it so far. The couple of days that I've missed, I will go back, and if there's a day that I really just feel off, I'm just going to decorate it with stickers, maybe with some fun stickers, maybe with some quotes, maybe a recipe, maybe just meal plan for the week, just to fill it up. I did find last year that I really was so harsh on myself with blank pages that I forgot that, hang on a minute, the days I did enjoy, when I filled in the pages, there was no space left. I did week after week and day after day. What about all of that? Sometimes we forget the good things in life, and sometimes we forget the things we should be proud of ourselves for. Now, I did set up monthly tabs, even though I think either I've calculated wrong, there's not 365 days worth of daily pages in there, which is fine, but I've tried to do my best. I might have to do a couple of half pages at the end, especially if I'm using it as a yearly planner, daily planner. For example, if I had known the 2 days that I wouldn't have missed, I would have just moved the days forward, but because I pre-planned, it made myself be a little bit stuck. So there's some pages at the end, which is fine, but I've used them to do this kind of ink swatch. So with the Koi fountain pen in caramel brown, it doesn't bleed, and this paper is gorgeous, really lovely to write on, easy as well. I am hoping, as I tend to write more with the fountain pen, I will be able to hone in on my skills of writing again. It just feels so foreign to me. It's okay writing a couple of sentences, but physically writing down my thoughts and also thinking about my writing combined is just something that I can't do. I used to have beautiful handwriting, fountain pen handwriting, calligraphy, but since having my hand operations, I can no longer do them. So this is where we are currently at the moment. My health isn't the best. Like I said, I'm on bed rest. I'm waiting for surgery, which is upcoming and imminent. I'm not sure exactly when. My surgery should be back this week, so I'm presuming at some point I'll get a letter. Recovery is going to be difficult, could be long, could be in hospital, so many ifs, so many could be. So I'm just going to try and focus on what I need to focus on, whether that's daily journaling, writing what I'm grateful for, writing what I'm happy about, writing if I have good or bad days. I really want to focus on the positives rather than the negatives. And this new series that I've started, which is like the Proof of Life episode 1, is just generally checking in. It might not be planner related, it could be anything that I share specifically. It could just be talking about where I've been for the week, what I've done for the month, to just be able to share and have a different outlet, because it's not something that I often do. In terms of planning, I usually just plan, talk about bits and pieces, sometimes put music over, and that's that. Here I'm just going to share as well that this is my kind of, I don't want to say work related planner because I don't work, this is just social media planner, and the majority of that is in my Hobonichi. So when it concerns journaling, I really want to use this planner for that, and not necessarily for to-do list to do with social media or my health, because they've got separate planners for them. So with this Proof of Life episode, I do feel like that it will be a nice outlet for me to share, maybe to be able to relate to other people in this position, and just generally for me to be able to hold myself accountable each month to come on, share an episode, share my thoughts, share what I'm up to, share where I am. So even if it's just sitting in bed, filming in bed, and just sharing what I'm up to, I'm more than happy to do that. I will be, of course, sharing different videos, but I do different setups of like monthly sections and planning and colour along with me. I am hoping to incorporate like a knitting vlog section and just other things to what I enjoy, not just keep it restrictive to one or two things, just the things that I enjoy, especially knitting. I love knitting. So that series, hopefully I'll be sharing more about my reading journey. I really did accomplish a lot by reading 40 something books last year. I'm really proud of myself, and I'm hoping to continue on with that this year. So I just want my channel to be more versatile, more about the positivity, more about sharing reality of my life as well, because I think sometimes I know I don't share enough, because I just want my channel to be a place of you pop on, you have 10 minutes, you watch me colour, or you watch me talk about planning or whatnot, and then you carry on. And this proof of life episode helps me really get things out, and it helps me adjust as well as helping me stay focused as well, and in the hopes that maybe there's somebody out there that hears my story, understands what I'm going through, and resonates and doesn't feel so alone. I really do hope you've enjoyed this new episode, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. If you're needing a place to come and just enjoy yourself, or you want to read some short stories and see what else I offer, you can always go ahead and visit my website at www.mycreativechroniclife.co.uk, and I will be sharing more about purchases and how that resonates with feelings and moods, health planners, but I probably will do that in a separate video now. And if you have a planner set up like myself, I would love for you to tag me on social media. You can message me privately, or you can reach out and just tag me wherever you are on social media, whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatnot. I would like to know what planners you're using as well. Is it one? Is it more than one? I think at the moment I've got 4. This everyday carry-on planner, I have my health planner, my kind of social media planner, and my reading planner. I've stuck to 4. I really wanted to do more, but I'm not going to, just in the hopes that I can just stick to it and continue on, rather than going back and forth and then just having more blank pages, which in the long run is just a waste of money and space and time, isn't it? Well, okay. I hope you've had a wonderful day. We've had the most awful cold weather these last couple of weeks. We're actually supposedly in the middle of a snowstorm, while I am currently not so much. I mean, I am on about 19 days at home at the moment, except for the day that I went to the hospital with my husband, that I was just frozen all day. But other than that, I've been at home pretty much because of the cold. And I know we're meant to get another storm, lots of snow, gale winds. So if you're in the UK, I hope you're staying nice and warm and everybody is safe. And if you're not in the UK too, because I've seen there's been a lot of snow, sometimes knee length in some countries. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't know how I would even manage to even leave my home for an appointment if I was stuck in that position. But I do hope you're all staying safe and staying warm. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. And I'll be back soon, probably with my health planner no setups this year, health planner update, and then I'll probably come back at the end of the month and do another proof of life episode, or maybe do a setup video, something along the line. It really feels good to be back creating videos again. There's something about creating for YouTube that really makes me feel good, even though necessarily it's not about income, it's not about money, it's not about getting to the creator fund. It's just something that I enjoy doing, and I know that whether I get one view, whether I get one comment, whether somebody reaches out on social media and says hi, thank you so much for sharing, even if somebody just watches and doesn't comment, that fact alone makes me feel so good inside, and that's why I continue to do it. Thank you so much for all of you being part of this wonderful community, and here's to a new year. Happy 2026. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye bye.